Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ibrahim. I'm from University of Nigeria Madura, and today I'm going to present total quality management and quality control. First of all, before my presentation, I would like to start by thanking my lecturer, docent Dr. Sultan Saya SEMAKCA, and other parties that assisted in creation in this video. So let's start. So I'm gonna start with the introduction, and then we're gonna go step by step. First, let's see and focus on the problem. Intense competition requires business to continuously improve and satisfy customers. And the solution was businesses must use TQM or total quality management and QC or quality control to work smarter, reduce expenses, and maintain product reliability. Focus of this paper: examining TQM and QC within cost accounting to show how quality data drives cost management and profits. So let's see the key objectives here and what we're going to cover throughout this paper. The theoretical foundation and concept of TQM and QC. Uh, Second, how quality control lowers expenses and drives process improvement. Third, managerial implication through case examples and financial data analysis. So we're gonna deep dive. We're gonna dive deep through case studies that I chose from my maqala that last time I submitted. So I chose one of the case study. We're gonna focus on that later. Now let's start by understanding what is TQM, what is QC, and why they are important. What type of benefits and challenges will they bring by implementing in a company? So when we see TQM versus quality control, total quality management, a comprehensive management strategy focused on embedding quality awareness across all organizational processes and employees. But when we see on the quality control part, we see the procedural process of inspecting and testing product to detect defects and ensure they meet required standards, which both of them have union or have similarity is QC is an operational part of the broader TQM strategy. So both of them work hand in hand. One cannot work without the other. So let's move on to the next page. The principles of TQM. What does TQM do? What does it make it unique? Is a customer? It is customer focus. It comes first in TQM. Continuous improvement, employee involvement. Quality is a collective responsibility. Data-based decision making. So when we see the role of an accountant or an accounting in TQM, the accountant's role shifts from record keeping to strategic support. What type of responsibility? Develop and analyze quality related costs. Prepare reports linking technical quality results to financial performance. Calculate the financial impact of improvement. Example: scrap reduction, or break even of new inspection. So also what other accountants role can be seen is linking performance to profit. So they link the performance of certain activity to profit. Cost accounting systems allow management to link non-financial qualities performance with measurable financial results. Core tools, what type of tools that accountants use is accountants use the cost of quality, which is COQ framework, variance analysis, and activity based ABC to measure the economic effect of quality initiatives. Investment justification: by separating cost, we can prove that the outlay of additional money to enhance prevention and appraisal leads to a significant reduction to total failure costs. So let's move on. If we understand what's the role of accountant in TQM, let's see COQ framework. So there's four main categories in COQ. we're gonna see prevention, appraisal, internal failure, and external failure. So first, before like focusing on the call, yeah, like let's now understand what all of them means, their definition. Prevention cost, incur to avoid defects. Prevention cost is like the first from the product manufacturing in the COQ framework. Prevention cost means like before the defects occur, what should we do to prevent that from happening from the beginning? So like no defects happen. What should we do? So like that can be training, like giving more training to the people working in a company, and supplier audits. So this type of can help reduce the prevention. And then how much money required for that is called prevention cost. Appraisal cost incurred to inspect and test product for conformance after the product been made, before doing any other thing. Is that product have does that product have defect? Does that product is not perfect enough for consumer being consumed by a consumer? So that can be by testing, inspection, and such. Internal failure cost results from defects found before the customer received the product. So after the product being made, after being appraisal, if it still have a defect, before that product arrived to the customer hand, before like it leaves the warehouse, if there is found a defect, that's called internal failure cost. How much money does it cost finding defects before it arrives to the customer? And then the final framework, we can see external failure cost results from defects found after delivery. The product have been shipped, the product is now in the hand of the consumer. They found a defect or something does not work properly, which is also means defect. How much money will that cost the company to, for example, warranty claims? How much money will that company gonna use for returns? So those are the costs that cost of quality can help us identify. So let's move on to the next one, which is TQM benefits and challenges. Let's start with the benefits of total quality management. Lower operating cost, reduced failure and waste cost, improved decision making using transparent quality data, increased long term profitability via customer satisfaction. So let's move on now to the case study that I chose from my maqala. Oh, sorry. Before that, let's go to the TQM challenges. Why are we facing challenges while TQM is very helpful and very good? Why we still see challenges, and what are the costs? First is resistant to change from employees and managers. Changing a structure that have been there from the beginning is very hard, so that's why we're gonna see like hardship in implementing TQM. High initial investment costs, training, software audits. At the end of the day, we're gonna spend more money in training and software, but that's we're spending money to prevent losing money. But still it's very hard to change a structure in a company that have been there for a long time. Difficulty in measuring soft quality results like teamwork and morale. So now let's move on to the case study that I chose from my maqala, which is PT Roti Jahdara. Let's say the situation: the company faced high scrap and customer complaints, high failure costs. So, what do they do to go against the problem? They increase spending on prevention and appraisal, like open calibration checks. So, like the initial data for the total quality cost before TQM, the initial one was 100 million, and after TQM were 63 million. So let's see now how to calculate. So savings for the annual cost savings, total cost before TQM minus total cost after TQM. So this means, sorry, so this means 100 million 100 million rupiah minus 63 million rupiah, which is equal to 37 million rupiah saved annually. So now, when we go to the additional investment in P&A, we were gonna deduct 38 million rupiah 38 million rupiah minus 25 million rupiah, which is equal to 13 million rupiah, which we're going to use it now here in the return on quality. Uh, in return of quality, we're going to use savings divided by additional investment, which is 37 million divided by 13 million, which is equal to 2.846 or 284.62 percentage. In conclusion, every rupiah invested in prevention returned approximately 2.85 rupiah in cost savings in the first year, confirming TQM enhances profitability or profits. So even though we're gonna spend, like I said earlier, even though we're gonna spend money in TQM, like following TQM measures in prevention and the like, we're gonna be saving more money from preventing defects, from preventing problems happening in the future through the problem, and also we're gonna receive more customer satisfaction, which can lead to more profits and more engagement. So next, I'm gonna give summary and conclusion for the whole presentation. So TKM and QC create a balance between disciplined operation and long-term viability. Accounting tools TOQ, ROQ translate non-financial quality performances into measurable financial results. So, final takeaway: investment in prevention and appraisal is a strategic choice. As we said earlier, even though we're gonna spend a certain amount of money in this type of preventions. At the end of the day, we're gonna save more, and we're gonna have more benefits at the end. So, investment in prevention and appraisal is a strategic choice that leads to significant reduction in unpredictable failure costs and enhance overall profitability. Also, we're going to see, like, in the strategic alignment, implementation of TQM and QC represent a strategic shift toward modeling operating efficiency and excellence in product offered. Balanced approach: TQM provides the total approach, coordinating conditions and improvement, while QC establishes the necessary benchmark of standard through external inspections. Discipline and visibility: together, TQM and QC produce a crucial balance between disciplined operational producers and long-term business viability. So even though there will be high investment money being spread on that, high initial investment toward like software, audits, training can be a huge burden, especially for smaller firms. But at the end, it will be preventing them from high risk of failure. Difficulty in measuring soft results also can be occur. And also, TQM promotes a sustainable quality culture rather than just a momentary inspection. This is for the long term, not only for the short term. It also enables accountants to properly identify quality as a core criteria for decision making through cost of quality. As we said, cost of quality is like making the benchmark, and like with using TQM is like a perfect combo for hopefully success and achieve significant operational and financial efficiency gains. It also minimizes costs resulting from wastage, scraps, and failure and the like. Although in this modern world, still there will be resistance to change from workers who may view new standards as too difficult or involved. They are still worth the risk and like to continue to pursue those type of systems. So yeah, this was my presentation. Thank you so much for listening. I tried to involve case studies from my maqala, main points I saw in my research that's helped me to understand this topic more, and I hope my presentation was sufficient enough to broaden the perspective of TQM and QC for this part. And yes, I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you so much for listening. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.